Oh, dude, that's so cool! I didn't realize the text box adjusted to how zoomed in you are. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that was in part of the original not, but either way, I like it. You know what, Nopon? Just for you, I will check out those ruins. Be a nice place to go. Because I feel like our guests just waited long enough. That said though, hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. In the last episode, we came here in Valak Mountain and we took our first intrepid steps into the icy mountains, which Shulk died on a slide.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. But we're not going to talk about that. This episode though, we want to talk about something in which we alluded to last episode. And I'm just gonna kill these enemies really quickly. This one in particular, and nothing that we haven't seen before. It's an Ansel, and you know how they do. They are just worse off now. Fun fact: these Ansels, thunder unfortunately doesn't work on them being dumb banned.
No, you need to use an aura first.
I forgot about that, alright? It's been a while since they played this Dunban, so just give me a rest. and now we've got self-roasted bird. On top of another salt-roasted bird. Fun fact, the reason why I said self-roasted bird is that for the longest time in the original, we always thought it said self-roasted bird. We always thought when it died, it just spontaneously combusted. Anyway though, before I talk about the topic at hand, let's check out a new enemy type. This is Acosta Eris. Normally docile, but they do attack in groups. Pretty much like a bison, goddamn reindeer. And also a Gao. There isn't much that can be said about these things, but they are dangerous in packs. You can daze them as such, and then you pretty much wail on them. Thankfully, no spike to speak of.
At least not yet.
Yep. And just like a bull or any type of bovine, they can be enraged after a certain amount of damage. This, plus being in packs, that can make them very, very dangerous. And I will say, for the things they drop in night visions, trust me, you want to get them. Don't ask me why, just do it. Now, two things really quick. If going to equipment really quick and look at our lovely Lady Melia, you are going to see that she pretty much is nearly fully decked out regarding gems. So let's do it just that. I'm just going to put anything in there because I plan to switch back really quickly. But if you look at everything here, if you fully deck out a character and have all slots filled, back out the menu really quick, you'll get an achievement which is called Truly Outrageous. And what's truly outrageous that Ricky learned a freaking art from that.
Yeah.
A little fun fact, that achievement name, Truly Outrageous, that's actually an Easter egg. That's not that, that's Bonebreaker. Why would you do that? If I can just show it here, if I can find it. There we are. Truly Outrageous. That's actually a reference to an 80s cartoon called Gem and the Holograms, which one of the catchphrases was Truly Outrageous. I'm going to assume the localizers were like a big fan, so they decided to slip that in there. Hopefully the copyright holders don't have a go.
Yeah.
Who to say? Anyway though,
what art did Ricky learn?
I'm just going to get to that really quick. I'm just going to take back Melia's stuff because, trust me, you wanted to have those glasses just because, well, they're glasses. And give her back the Sturber boots. Melia's wearing snakes today. And on top of that, Alice's point, the art that Ricky learned was... Ricky is angry. That is actually a good art. We've seen from time to time that other enemies have spike damage, but guess what? Now Ricky can do the spikies himself.
And Ryan has one too in the form of rage.
So if you want to fully deck out on spike, then guess what? You can create the Spike Boys. And if you want to inflict Donban with equipment that can do with the same thing, like spike damage or Shulk or anyone else, you truly can be a spiky force. And of course, Chokins, pretty much the same as Turkins, but ice form. And be aware.
Because Chilkins.
As always though, they have pointy sticks. What's sorted out though is a quick kick to the head.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters. Okay, let's get going.
But as always, you do want to get their stuff. Because why wouldn't you win a JRPG?
Yeah.
Now, on to the main point in which we alluded to at the very start of this episode. We want to talk about the music. And by music we mean the daytime version of Valak Mountain. Now, for people who played this game with us, way back when our first playthrough came out, we talked about how we didn't really feel like this song in particular really came or got the point across. Like, this is a desolate ice mountain. Like this is a dead shoulder.
Yeah, I can remember us equating it to like something like a Wonderland.
Yeah.
Or a fairy tale, mystical woods type of thing, like Disney-esque.
Or something you'd see out of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
In the winter time, in like a forbidden forest or something like that. Now, don't get me wrong, we still get that kind of feel for it, but it has been decked out as all of the music tracks has, and it has made it a little bit more elegant. I still feel like I could have gone with another song, a different tone, but I'm not gonna harp on it too much. Basically, this song, with what they did, it's an improvement. Not much of one, but still, I can definitely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess here is the thing, and this is just a personal thing of mine. I have a very distinct mindset when it comes to certain OSTs or music tracks in general, especially in video games. Some video game tracks you can only listen to when you're actually playing the game, because it emphasizes the theme, the event, or the environment, and one cannot be without the other.
Mm-hmm.
For other tracks, you could listen to in your own time, you know, with your iPod or MP3 player or whatever you play with these days.
Or even like extended versions, because I have extended versions of like the original Marsh.
Mm-hmm. This track, I feel like it's only good with the video game. I cannot see listening to it in my own time. But still, though, that's just one of the reasons why I love this game so much. The music tracks that aren't great in my opinion, it's still a blast. It's still a blast to listen to. But of course, I am always going to switch back to the nighttime version, because nighttime is best time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can always just go by here, but we're not going to waste your time. We came here for a specific reason, so let's head in.
Ruins. I wonder who built them.
Alvis? This the place you meant?
It appears to have frozen over while I have been away.
Been away?
Pay me no mind. We will need to do something about the ice before we can enter.
Throw hot water on ice.
Yeah, nice one, genius.
Precisely. There should be a geyser nearby. In the cave next to it, we will find a stone called magma rock.
And we can use this rock to melt the ice.
I believe so. So, shall we head to the cave?
Sounds good. Start looking for a geyser, everyone.
And I'm sorry.
A geezer.
No matter how many times I see that cutscene, it makes me laugh so much. Because it's such a conflict to what this voice cast is all about. Now, let me explain. This is kind of going to be like a trivia episode, as we're going to be going on through this. Of those who don't know, after Xenoblade Chronicles came out in Japan, there were plans to localize this game in all regions. Nintendo of America initially said no. The American market does not want this game, and it's not going to sell well, so we will not publicize it. We won't throw any marketing towards it. We won't even help with the development. And Nintendo of Europe, however, they said no, this game will sell, so we, as a we, will put all the costs towards it. I've seen a lot of people say, this game, you know, it's so British, it's so cheesy, what's the deal? That's the reason why. Nintendo of America didn't want to give it a chance, so therefore it wasn't given an American voice cast. So, when you don't have America, and your only other market is Europe, what's one of the biggest countries in Europe that you can think of? That would be the UK. Mm-hmm. I'm not just saying that because I am from the UK and I feel like a bit of a hoity-toity thing. It's like, oh yes, the UK is very much Europe. That didn't last long because of modern day politics, but I'm not going to go there. So, essentially, the British part of Nintendo said, okay, let's just put in as many British voice casts as we can. Long story short, in Britain, geezer means old git, an old man. So, what Alvis said, look for an old man, everyone. Since Dunban's the oldest one there, it's like, hey, what are you trying to say? Dunban's not that old. However, shouldn't the term be geyser?
Yeah.
I've always known it to be geyser, but hey, that's just me and a British man on the internet. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Have you ever called a water spout a geyser? I'd love to know.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, here we are in Lava Cave. Ironic, we've gone from Stone Mountain to Lava Cave. Whoever was coming up with names in this place surely was out to lunch.
Yeah.
Hey, there's lava, and it's a cave. What shall we call it? I don't know, Happy Hole. Or something of that nature.
That's right, Ricky.
Good to have you with us, Dunban.
What about Ricky?
Ricky, you said throw hot water on ice. Don't think you need to do anything else.
They could have called this place something related to hell if they wanted to.
Oh, what, Hell Cave? Hellfire Cave. Or just Fire Cave. Or the ancient fire cave of Takan Barhu. Or some odd name. And I'm just gonna go ranting on these guys because I damn well feel like it. If there is one area that I've got to criticize Valak Mountain for, is that it definitely is one of the biggest emissions of reusing enemies.
I think you need stuff from them.
We do. We've seen Chilkins, we've seen Antals or the equivalents, we've seen Hoxes, we've seen many other reused enemies. And it's not going to stop there, unfortunately, because if we go further on into this cave, of lava, which is definitely creatively bankrupt. We see Vangs, we see Nebulas, and if you ignore them, thank you. Dunban does not care, so he should just advance. We see Nebulas, and we also see Ferrises. I like Valor Mountain for its visuals, but this part is just not one of them. So, just give me a moment, I'm just gonna wipe the floor with this.
Yeah, the only unique thing to Valak Mountain is the Ares, and that's because of the air. It's because they fit the environment. They could have had like a Yeti type enemy or something like that.
I guess so, and you know, we will show something of a similar design to that in a little bit, and Rick and Charlotte got something to change. Very nice. Very, very nice. I've always loved the little prompt in the corner there. But yeah, once you get the gist of what enemy types have what moves, it does lessen the effect, I suppose, or the surprise. But anyway though, a little fun thing here. If you walk through here, of course, you're bound to get hurt.
Wait, don't rush off.
And ironically, something has been improved regarding the AI. I'll show you once this is, you know, been either killed or escaped from. Douche. Anyway, that's all done. Let's try that. Let's try it again. In the original, the AIs, they would immediately jump out of this lava pool if you force them. However, they seem very content to just stay there and burn alive.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like that audio cue is there anymore either.
No, those who don't know what we're talking about, there's a subtle beep that happens which gives the impression that terrain damage is coming up. But hey ho. Now, as you can see, this, if you know video games at all, you would say this looks like a boss fight. Boy, howdy, you'd be right. Except we could just take our things and go. I wish it was that easy, but unfortunately, no.
There's 2 unique monsters in here.
But would you want to face them? I don't think so. So, play your bet safe and go for this one first. However, if you could already tell, the lava does inflict a bit of badness here. But if you've got terrain, and defense, or anything of the equivalent, you will be fine. However, let's get to this guy first. A fragrant Raxiel. And yes, he is a Lexos enemy.
Yeah.
The enemy repeats, don't stop there, but you know what I mean. And of course, if you couldn't tell, we have Nebulas joining the fight. This could be negative in more ways than one, because not only do they give you their natural debuffs, but if they implode, they can launch you, and sometimes you get knocked in the lava, you take damage, and this guy, he just capitalizes on it, and you're gonna hate life. Luckily though, we have a decent setup, and Thunder can daze him, so use that as what you will. But however, let's get to his attacks really quick. Boiling Wave, in which we saw, as I saw earlier, that's a piercing attack which can go in a straight line and has a chance to burn you. I want to show his other moves, but he seems pretty content. There we are, Thunderbolt. AoE, and has a chance to paralyze, and of course slowing down your auto attacks. For someone like Shulk or Dunban, this can be quite bad, but luckily I have already got mine intact. Next one is Vortex. He missed all 3 shots there, the stupid idiot.
Because Dunban's a badass.
But toppling, and that's all he can do. This guy on his own is not bad, but there is a chance that you could attract every single nebula around you should you be unlucky.
Including the unique nebula.
And having multiple nebulas on you, which can grant debuffs and launch you, while this guy can topple you, you could be stun locked into the lava and you could die immediately. Speaking of dying immediately in one shot, guess what? Dunban kicked this guy in the face. And trust me, if you have a chance to get this guy's rare drop, you're going to love that.
I think he drops a silver chest anyway.
You are
despite
right.
being a unique monster.
You are right. One glaring omission though, but hey, you want everything these guys have: the gel glove, the sky rods, and just a brief reminder: if you care about aesthetics, the J ones are your default attires. But since this is the Definitive Edition, you probably don't mind that one bit. Something of which we alluded to beforehand, the Hoxes and Vangs in this area, you do want to get their rare drops at some point. Not going to tell you for what, but I'm just going to say, yeah, you do.
And the Ferris as well.
Yeah, the Nebulas, however, you don't need them. This game, I feel like, is terrible at saying what you do need and what you don't need.
Yeah, because you don't get a vision for everything you need.
Yeah, and since up till this point, it's implied that every nebula drops something that you need. Well, except this one. I guess you could say these ones are red herrings. Highbrow joke.
The Vang didn't like that.
Does anyone like my jokes? I can guarantee you some of the goddamn comment section doesn't like my jokes.
Ryan probably would like your jokes.
You know, that doesn't make me feel better, right? Thanks, honey.
It's
hey,
someone though.
Hey, guess what? Your jokes are so bad Ryan would like them. Thanks, honey. Thanks, honey. Only the idiots would like your jokes. Thanks. Love you too. It's gonna fast travel and cry while we cut. No, it didn't cut fast. It cut too fast. Oh well. I'll melt this thick ice with my tears. Quest complete. You get nothing.
Because Alvis is tired of your crap.
Thanks, honey.
The letters are worn and difficult to make out. But it's definitely the language of the High Entia. They look just like the lettering on Prison Island.
If only we could. Just walk inside.
This place.
Something up, Shulk?
No, it's just... I feel like I know this place.
Deja vu.
I'm not sure, but... I thought I had it. I can't seem to recall.
Are you all right?
What? Must be tired. Don't worry. This is Osse Tower. Built by the High Entia to house and protect the Monado. The ceremony of seers was conducted here. It is also where the Homs found the Monado.
Wait, you mean... So this is where the Monado was kept. My dad took it from here. Have you always been able to see the future? You told me you were from a long line of seers. Did you have the ability from birth?
Once, I too came into contact with the Monado. Those that are to be seers must touch the Monado, and a chosen few receive our power. That is the ceremony of my family.
And the ceremony was held right here.
Shulk, why do you think we can see the future?
I hadn't really thought about it. After I grabbed the Monado, I just saw things.
Your visions are the flow of ether itself. Ether is the very source of our world's existence. Where and how much ether there exists now and in the future can be predicted. Therefore, in principle, the future of living beings such as us can also be predicted. And there is one thing that makes possible the visualization of those predictions.
You mean... the Monado?
The Monado can disrupt the ether, allowing you to release certain powers, which means...
My visions, under the same principle, are there to disrupt the future.
With no one to control the outcome, the future will never change. But what if someone were to disrupt the future? What then?
The future would be changed. Is that how Zanza planned to defeat the Mechonis? But why go to such lengths? What happened all those years ago?
Did you think it was just a myth?
I used to only believe in what I could see. My home, my friends, the Monado itself. I knew those things were real.
But when you took the Monado in your hand, you gained the ability to see that which was not meant to be seen.
Are you saying I should stop?
You are a fluctuation. As a fluctuation, you exist outside the results of your predictions. The more you accept this existence, the more malleable the world becomes. In fact, you have no choice but to accept it. Good morning. Did we sleep well?
Oh, I can't feel my face or feet. What do you think?
Ryan not tell truth. Ryan snoring make Ricky think of Orluka.
Oi! I don't snore!
Sword Valley is just around the corner.
You know what? The more times I see that cutscene, the more things make sense. Fair to me. You know what? I'll use this as a bit of a metaphor. It's like weather patterns. People think that they can predict the future and see what parts of the weather is going and what's going to happen later on. But what if someone like I don't know, chucked a few raindrops here and there?
Yeah.
Shucks that fluctuation. And also, one final piece of trivia before we end things off. those last two scenes we saw in that cutscene just then, where with Dunban watching, he doesn't have any dialogue, any sound effects, or anything. Whereas in the original versions of this game, as in like betas, Dunban actually has unused dialogue, which is to be played in those cutscenes. It isn't big, but it's just groans of either suspicion or annoyance.
Yeah.
And that alone builds Dunban's character a lot, and I am conflicted on why they got pulled out of the final product. Maybe they just wanted Dunban to be like a quiet, mature observer.
Maybe they wanted to leave it up to interpretation.
Maybe. But, I guess with that, we'll have to see what a future brings and what waits for Dunban and everyone else. But guys, I think we are going to call things there. If you have enjoyed this trivia filled episode, be sure to like this video. If you didn't like this video, then why? Why would you? Knowledge is power. Why would you not like power?
Those people must just be fluctuations.
You fools! But either way, if you want to subscribe to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Where, if you think that we are done loving moments in this game, oh no. You're gonna see one of the coolest scenes this game has to offer coming soon. But that's all I'll say for now. Thank you for watching, guys, as always. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ricky.
As soon as Ricky stops giving people seizures. We'll see you next time, guys.